This lesson is all about the volume of a sphere. You learned about surface area of a sphere by peeling an orange, and the volume of a sphere is how much orange that you eat is actually inside that orange. How many cubic inches or cubic centimeters are actually inside that orange. And all that you need in order to figure that out is to know the radius of the sphere. Your formula is 4/3 pi r cubed. So it's 4/3. If you're putting it into your calculator, you can ABC it, times 3.14 times whatever your radius is to the third power, because volume is three-dimensional. So all of our units are going to be to the third power. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like when we go to solve a problem. I'm not going to give you a picture. Here's just some words. The radius is equal to 3 inches. So what is the volume of the sphere? We're always going to start with our map or our formula. 4/3 pi r cubed. I'm going to solve this two different ways, so that's why I'm drawing the line. We've got 4/3 ABC it in your calculator times pi is approximately 3.14 times our radius, which is 3 to the third. When you put that into your calculator, you end up getting 113 4/100. Our unit is inches, and its volume, 3 dimensions, so it's to the third power. So that is your volume. There's another way to calculate that, of course, if we don't approximate pi as being 3.14. What we would do then is we would just do 4/3 times radius to the third power times pi. So all I did was I flipped these last two parts of our formula. Okay, and we replaced r with 3 because the radius was 3. Now you're going to go ahead and multiply 4/3 times 3 to the third, and you get 36 pi. We just put the pi on there, so it's less work when you leave it in terms of pi. And we've talked about before, it's more accurate because you're not approximating pi. Pi goes on forever, and so this keeps that pi going on forever, whereas this we rounded. Let's move on to our next example. Here's a different kind of problem. We're going to find the radius when we know that the volume of the sphere is 3,052 cubic feet. We are going to round to the nearest whole number. When we do that, we've got to start with our formula for volume as always. Volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. We're going to plug in what we know. Volume is 3,052. 4/3 stays 4/3. Pi is 3.14, and we don't know r cubed. We want to find out the value of r. So we need to multiply these two together. When we do that, we get 4 1900ths. R cubed. These are multiplied together, so to get r cubed by itself, we've got to divide by 4 1900ths. And that gives me 728 4/10 equals r cubed. And what I need to do then is take the cube root of 728 4/10. That gets rid of my cube. If I remember in my calculator to do that, I push 3 then second, caret, and then I put in my 728.4. Okay, so that's how you would put that in your calculator. When you do that, and our instructions were to round to the nearest whole number, we get a radius of 9. And that would be 9 feet, because it was 9 cubic feet. Okay, so we're just always starting with our formula, plugging in what we know, and solving for the rest. Sometimes what you are asked to do is to find the radius when your volume is given to you in terms of pi. So let me show you what that looks like. So instead of the volume being given to us just as a number, it's going to be given to us as 972 pi. If that's the case, we still start with the same first step. We write out our formula. We plug in what we know. I'm not going to change pi to 3.14. Because I have pi on this side and pi on that side, and it's multiplied in both cases, I'm going to divide by pi on both sides and just cancel it. Then I have 972 equals 4/3 r cubed. To get rid of the 4/3, I'm going to multiply by 3/4. Then I have 12 over 12, and it cancels. So I'm going to multiply this by 3/4 also. When I do that, I get 729 is equal to r cubed. To get rid of the cube, I take the cube root, which we just went over how to do that, your 3-second caret in your calculator. And in this case, the radius is 9. So the problem we just did in this problem, that was the same exact problem, just this one was given to us in pi, and before I gave it to you as 3,052 cubic feet. And so we need to add feet on there also. So no matter how it's given to you, you write out the formula, you write in what you know, and you solve for your variable, which in this case is radius. The only other trick I want you to look out for is if you are given the diameter. Several problems that you're going to see are going to give you the diameter. You've got to divide that by 2 to get the radius. I think most of you know that by now, but if it helps to write it out, please do that. Good luck.